It's pretty quiet and calm right now in Tel Aviv, but just last night sirens were blaring through the city. 2 rockets were launched from Gaza. One was intercepted by Israel's Iron Dome. This is the first attack since 2014. Israel did respond, however, hitting 100 Hamas targets. Reporting live from Israel. When the wall was built by the Israelis, the Palestinians wanted to keep it as ugly as possible until they realized that graffiti would bring in tourists and it would be a chance to share their story. Here in southwest Israel, I'm about as close to the Gaza border as I can before the Israeli army stops me. I spoke to one Jewish woman who is actually a part of the majority, but she lives only less than a mile away from Gaza, which makes her feel like the minority. Ithaca police say they've had complaints about people getting their drinks spiked here in Ithaca. We spoke to people who are concerned, especially women, who say they're going to be more cautious next time they go out. Here in northern Israel in the Golan Heights is home to the Druze community. This used to be Syria until 1967 when the borders changed and it became Israel. Let's take a look at the role of a Druze woman. To purchase a gun, I would need to get my permit from the state first, fill out a firearms transaction record, they would run a background check, several different types of licenses that you can get to own a handgun, some of them being premise dwelling, to have at home, premise business, to have at work, or proper cause. Ithaca police did not release locations of where these incidents may have occurred. In Ithaca, Ashtyn Hiron, News Channel 9.
We didn't catch anything but a little bit of a buzz.
Some are here for fun.
Just sat out there and fished with a couple buddies.
Others had a little more success.
These are some of the bigger perch I've caught this year.
Below 0 temperatures and a fresh fish dinner.
Just put it on the bottom, jig it up a couple times, and if the fish are there, they bite.
Some incentives that lured in ice fisherman Lucas Jacobson.
The excitement of what's coming through the ice, because you never know. Sometimes you'll catch a perch, walleye, bass. There's all kinds of fish that you can pull through.
Even in the most brutal central New York winters like this polar vortex, ice fishers come out here on the water to pursue their hobby. But the most important thing is safety, so they've got to check the thickness of the ice before they step on it.
I won't go out unless there's about 6 to 7 inches.
The State Department of Environmental Conservation does not check the ice thickness.
You got the ice auger to drill holes.
That is all up to the fishermen. But as it turns out, that wasn't the problem today.
I came in because the wind started collapsing the sides in and stuff like that. I was like, yep, time to go.
And just in time. As winds picked up and wind chill temperatures dropped, crews were called to rescue 2 people off the lake. Ashtyn Hiron, NCC News.
So we fled the country. I was 12 years old and I was a little boy, and I don't remember much of my journey from Bhutan living.
Jai Sabeti was born in the Kingdom of Bhutan, a landlocked country in South Asia. His family fled an oppressive Bhutanese government, seeking safety at a refugee camp in Nepal for 18 years.
Oh, it was very, very difficult life that we went through. There wasn't enough food to eat every day. We don't know what's happening. There's no safety, no security.
A rocky road for Sabeti, who goes by Jai, that eventually led him to the only place he had ever heard of in the US, New York State.
I have never dreamed that I will be in this position today.
It's been just over 10 years that Jai and his wife have lived in Syracuse. They raise 2 children, speak English, own a home, and run an elderly care business on Syracuse's north side. His most recent milestone?
I'm running for 1st District City Council for the city of Syracuse.
In pursuit of becoming the first former refugee to earn a spot on the Common Council, Jai is running against the current 1st District Councillor, Joe Carney, the only Republican holding a seat.
This guy really meant business. He wasn't messing around. When he decided to come here, he was really going to make a difference, and he was going to make the most of his life here.
Jai and his campaign manager, Joe Gorsuch, connected while Jai was a member of former Mayor Stephanie Miner's Citizens Cabinet. Gorsuch says Jai's experiences living under the Bhutanese government helps equip him for his leadership role.
Even though they didn't trust their government, he's now able to do that. And he says, hey, and I now want you to entrust in me the power to serve on the 1st District Council.
Fueling the passion he has for serving his community.
That's why I'm on the race to listen to the people and make sure I represent the voice of many people who have never voiced up in the past.
The size of this room is a representation of how far Jai has come. This is about the size of the house that he lived in a refugee camp in Nepal. Now, this very room is used by members of the Bhutanese community to meet and connect. As president and founder of the Bhutanese community group, Jai has guided these people since 2011, when they arrived to Syracuse from a refugee camp in Nepal. He fills the role of a translator and directs them to legal and immigration services.
These people are going through a lot of challenges in their life. Some of their families, they have their sons or daughters back in Bhutan.
Challenges that Jai can relate to. There are over 10,000 refugees in Syracuse, many from Bhutan, Burma, and Somalia. Executive Director of the Democratic Committee, Joel Rinne, says the demographics of the community should be represented in the government.
We've been wanting to get new Americans running because it will bring their communities into the process.
Many of these communities are in the 1st District, including the North Side, Sedgwick, and parts of Eastwood.
He's going to jumpstart a lot of activity on the North Side, and there's a huge population that just doesn't feel they've been represented.
From struggling to find food, to helping others find theirs, and adding his 2 cents to the planning of World Refugee Day. Jai Subedi hopes to leave a piece of Bhutan.
We have a very different areas that we come from.
Everywhere he goes.
Adding that expertise and values and culture in this community.
In Syracuse, Ashtyn Hiron, NCC News.